Hello guys, welcome to today's tutorial. We'll be learning how to sew a 2-in-1 reversible hair bonnet. Here are the materials we need. I'll be making use of two different colors of this satin fabric. You can make use of any fabric of your choice, but please make sure there are two different types or colors. We'll be using these two matching threads, pins, scissors, chalk, and half-inch elastic. I also have my pattern paper here, which is optional. I drafted this out since because I make my bonnets in bulk. So let's start. To get my full circle, I'll be folding this fabric into two, that is after ironing it. So you iron out your fabric. To get my full circle, I'll fold it into two. Fold the fabric into two first. After folding into two, I measure out 14 inches because that's what we need for our bonnet. We're making a medium-sized bonnet, so we will be using 14 inches for it, which is the standard measurement for a medium-sized bonnet. So I'm trying to confirm the other part as well. Then fold it into two again, just like a square shape, which means we folded this fabric into four places all together. Measure out 14 inches here, so I'm marking down my 14 inches. I'll adjust the fabric to where I marked down the 14 inches. So that was how I folded this pattern, and I'll just place it on the fabric and pin it down. Please note, my pattern is 13.5 inches, so I'll add extra half an inch to it to make it 14 inches that we are working with. So I'm done pinning it down. I'll add extra half inch round, then I'll cut it out. So which means I'm cutting out 14 inches. So what you just do is measure out your 14 inches and cut it out. So I'm just measuring it now to be sure that I have my 14 inches. So let's confirm what we have here. This is 14 inches here. We'll check the other part. This is 14 inches as well. So we have our 14 inches here, which shows that around here we have 14 inches as well. So here is our circle. I've already cut out the second one, which is the lemon color. So I'll just spread it on the floor. You can either spread it on the floor or table. I don't have a very big table. That's why I'm doing this on the floor. So I'll spread it on the floor, right side facing right side. Then arrange it very well and pin it down. Please ensure to arrange it while pinning. Arrange it so it can lay properly. We are done pinning it down. Let's get to the sewing machine. So I wrote the lemon color on my ruler, and I'll be using the orange color on top. You know, we are using two different colors. So one is on my ruler while the second is on top. Before you start sewing, ensure that the color you used on your ruler stays down while the one you fixed up is on top, just like you're seeing me do. The lemon color is down while the orange is up, so just do exactly what I'm doing here. We'll be sewing on half inch, so from the edge, just mark out half inch all round, then you start sewing. So we've sewn it down, but before we get to our starting point, we are going to stop at 1.5 inches or 2 inches. The 1.5 inch we are leaving or 2 inches we are leaving here is going to help us to turn our satin to the front part, to the good part. So after that, we are going to notch all round the sewing allowance where you sew down, just notch everything round so that we'll be able to turn out our satin and iron it down perfectly. Please ensure to take out your pins. So I'm done notching, and here is how it looks. I'll be flipping out the good parts from that space that we kept, from that 1.5 inch that we kept. It's a little bit hard, but we are going to do it. Just keep doing it slowly, just keep dragging it out slowly, and please be careful so you don't ruin your work. Just turn it out slowly. I'm done bringing it out here and I'm back to my ironing table. This is how it looks. So I'll just be arranging it and ironing it down. You can see how easy it is for me to iron it here because I notched it inside. So once you notch your fabric, it will be easy for you to iron it out properly. We are back to the sewing machine. From where you had that opening, just measure down 1.5 inch inside. Then measure it all round. I don't know if you understand me. Measure 1.5 inch. Then we are going to start there to sew our fabric, just to create an opening to be able to pass our elastic through. So I'm done sewing it now. I'll stop at half 1.5 inch before the starting point, just like I did the first one, either 1.5 inch or 2 inches before the starting point. Then I'm going to measure in half inch and start sewing as well. So all round on half inch, and I'll close up that 1.5 inch. I'm not going to open up any space here for this one. So I've closed it up and I've sewn it down. That's our half inch. So we now have our a half inch to pass the elastic through. So I'm just ironing it here. I'm back to my ironing table and I'm ironing it. Please iron your bonnet very well. Iron it so well so that your job will be neat. So here is my half inch elastic. I'll measure down 17 inches. You can, sorry, 19 inches. I'll measure down 19 inches. You can use between 17 to 20 inches. That's fine for a medium size bonnet. So I'll just cut mine at 19 inches. So I'll take my safety pin and pass it through the elastic just so I'll be able to fix it in that half inch that we kept. You know, we sewed down half inch. So I'll just pass the elastic through the half inch using these 2 inches. Using these 2 inches that we left open, this space. So that's basically what I'm doing here. Just watch and see what I'm doing. So I'm just putting it in the half inch that we sewed down. Just passing it in to secure down the end of the elastic so it doesn't push in as well. We are going to be using our pin, just like what I'm doing here. So we will secure it down and put the elastic round the half inch opening. When we are done with that, we'll use the safety pin to hold it together. You know, some people love um some people love tying it. Some people love tying the ends together, but I don't like that. I think I tried it once on my first project and I had a severe headache due to that. So that was when I made up my mind that I'm not going to be doing that in my subsequent jobs. So I'm going to sew the elastic together. Just sew it on half inch down, just like I did here. Then when we are done with that, the two spaces left, we are going to close them up. So I'll be using this label for mine since it's my brand label. If you have your label, you can use it as well, but if you don't, you can just close it up. So I've closed up the other part. I'm just pinning the label down. So I've closed it up now and I've taken out my pins. Just use your hand to fluff it out and our bonnet is ready. Yeah, just look at our hair bonnet and I'll be wearing it for you to see how it looks on me. So here is the final look. Let me know if you'll be making yours. And please like, share, and turn on your notification bell so you don't miss any video I post. Thank you for watching. Bye.